Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I have for you some quick and easy patriotic decor, being that Memorial's Day right around the corner. I'm going to start with these spindles that I'm going to go ahead and paint red, white, and blue. I didn't have any Waverly chalk paint, so I'm going to go ahead and just use this apple barrel paint, and it worked out pretty well. It needed a couple more coats than I would usually do with chalk paint, but I think it worked out good. For this blue color, I ended up doing about 3 coats. The red and the white didn't take as much coats. It was a lot quicker. I was actually quite surprised how much I actually liked the way these two colors came out. They were very bright, vibrant, so I really liked them. I don't usually decorate for a lot of patriotic holidays, but I do add it here and there in my home decor. What about you guys? Do y'all decorate for Memorial's Day or 4th of July? And for the white, I did have Waverly chalk paint, so this one was a lot quicker than the other two. So now I'm going to go ahead and tear a piece off of this thrifted fabric that I picked up at the clearance center bins. I'm going to go ahead and wrap the spindles around with this and some raffia. So I'm going to go ahead and arrange my spindles, and I go ahead and wrap them in this piece of fabric with the raffia, tie it up, and we are all done. And at the end of the video, I will show you guys how I went ahead and styled these items. And my next quick project here, I picked these baskets up at the Goodwill clearance center bins. All I'm going to do here is pull off these bells, and I figured they'd be perfect for patriotic decor. And just by pulling off the bells, I feel like it gives them a really updated look, and you can still use them for Christmas. And here they are, all styled up. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these or they're going to go to my booth, but I think they came out super cute, and it was super quick and easy. And here for the next one, I'm going to go ahead and cut this fabric up into strips. I'm going to use different fabrics that I had on hand, and I'm just going to create a tassel. And I'm laying it out here just to see if I want to add another color of fabric. I decide on this blue, and I also add some lace and some other scraps that I had laying around. And once I have them all arranged, I get this piece of jute and I tie a knot at the bottom. I stick it in between the pieces of fabric, and I'm going to go ahead and add some glue there. I also decided to add these cookie cutters, vintage cookie cutters. I just tied a piece of jute through them, and I also added that in between the fabric. So I go ahead and add the glue here, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it with this jute, and I'm going to wrap it tightly and then add some glue on the outside. So here I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot first before I start wrapping it, just so it doesn't unravel and it stays together. So right about here is where I decide I don't like the way it looks on top. So I'm going to go ahead and even out my ends at the bottom. All the extra long ones I go ahead and cut off. So here I decide I'm going to use this can. I'm going to go ahead and decoupage it with this napkin that has the flag print on it. So I'm going to grab my saran wrap, and I'm going to start pressing it into the can so I don't rip my napkin. With round surfaces, I feel like it's easier to work in small sections. And as always, I'm going to use my Distress Oxide from Hobby Lobby to age the edges. This stuff actually goes a long way. I've had it since right before Christmas, and it's still going. So to cover the top of this can, I'm going to go ahead and decoupage the blue stars on the top of the can, and then I'm going to go ahead and sand the excess off. And this can also already had a hole. All I did was get a drill bit with my drill and create the hole on top. It actually wasn't that hard. No, not as hard as I thought it would be. Then I go ahead and grab my tassel. I'm going to end up pushing that top of the jute into that little hole. And then I'm going to add some glue so it doesn't move around. I also add a bead on top just so it doesn't fall through. I tie a knot on top of that bead. And my last project here, I actually picked these up at Dollar Tree. I went looking for some flags, but I couldn't find them there or at Walmart. So these are just gonna have to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with Waverly chalk paint. I'm gonna give them 2 coats. So here I'm putting a thin layer of Mod Podge, and then I'm gonna put on this, I'm gonna layer on this napkin that I picked up at the clearance center, I believe, but I think it's originally from Home Goods. These were a bit flimsy, so when I start to sand the edges, you have to be very delicate with them. I feel like you can switch out the pick for a wooden one. It'll make them a lot more sturdy. And I just had to set it aside to dry. I was gonna sand the edges off right away, but they're a bit flimsy, so you have to really wait for it to dry. And here I'm using a different napkin. I'm gonna do 4 separate designs, but I'm using 3 napkins. I'm just using different parts of the napkin. I actually really love how these came out, so I may change out the pick to something wooden. As of now, I just stuck them in some floral, so they work out. So I'm just gonna sand off all the excess on all the little hearts. Then here, using my Distress Oxide, I decide to age the edges. Dollar Tree also carries Patriotic napkins. I just didn't purchase from there because I have a ton of them. So I'm just trying to use what I have. Alright guys, and as we come to an end on this video, I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos. If you like what you see, like upcycles, Dollar Tree DIYs, or trash the treasures, you are in the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.